Hi folks, it's Gazza the Vlogger back again, you guessed it, and I'm up at Wickham Terrace. I've left Roma Street Parklands behind me and we're walking along Wickham Terrace towards the Tower Mill, which is of historical significance to the city of Brisbane, because when Brisbane was first formed or settled up on the Brisbane River here, they built a mill up on this hill, and it was a windmill. And it says here, commenced in 1828, the windmill is the oldest surviving structure in Queensland. The Moreton Bay Penal Settlement was initially established at Redcliffe in 1824 and moved to the Brisbane River in mid-1825. This event was also the catalyst for the often violent displacement of the local indigenous population, in other words the Aborigines. As more convicts were sent to Moreton Bay, the need for the settlement to be self-sufficient increased proportionately. Approximately 200 hectares of bushlands around the settlement was cleared for cultivation. Wheat and maize were the primary crops, both of which required milling before use. During 1827, the commandant of the settlement, Captain Patrick Logan, foresaw the need for a windmill and treadmill to grind the grain. Using the trade skills of the Moreton Bay convicts, Logan oversaw the construction of the stone and brick windmill. Two sets of millstones, one driven by the sails of the windmill and the other by a treadmill, provided the means of grinding the grain. The man-powered treadmill began grinding at the end of October 1828, and by early December the windmill was also in operation. The milling machinery was coarsely constructed, however, and in continual need of repair. Complicating matters, the wind speed on the hill rarely reached the strength necessary to drive the sails for a continuous period. Consequently, the convict-powered treadmill, also used as a means of punishment for disobedient convicts, is likely to have ground the majority of the grain. As convict numbers were reduced at Moreton Bay in the 1830s, the need for grain decreased. Let me just find where I was. And the need for grain decreased. The penal settlement at Moreton Bay officially closed in February 1842, and the mill ceased operation around that time. I've got to answer the phone, it's Gloria calling. It's a very important call. Hello, darling.